Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here. It's Sunday, December 8th, 2024, and we are recovered from the massive Chucklehead game and our donation talk about saving Weiss Fork Battlefield starting January through the end of April. All these YouTube video views and monetized money will be going to save a Civil War battlefield in North Carolina. All right, well, we need to get this Battle of the Bulge game set up for play testing because it's going to be at Fort Belvoir January 25th. And my neighbor, who is a general, is actually going to be there. So I got to make sure it's a fairly good game. And, I think we have to have a Jeep in the game. And I think we'll throw in some kind of a half track. So we're just going to start getting the equipment together for this game. What do you say? The order of battle. And so we're going to have a half track. We have a Jeep. And we'll put our camera down a little bit. What do you think? And we're going to need an anti-tank gun of some type. 57 millimeter it looks like. All right. Now, we all know those American GIs. They love their 50 caliber machine guns and their mortars. So we'll have one mortar for our allies, and I'll probably have a 30 caliber, but there's an old Mark's 50 caliber. Okay. Now, I think we'll use one tank destroyer. We'll have a Black Panther tank destroyer. And then I think probably a Sherman or two. Our American infantry. We're going to be using bolt action. And I think we'll do, I will pause the camera here as I prepare to get out the infantry. Okay, we found our tank destroyer. Okay, next thing we need to do, my Uncle Richard drove a Stuart tank from North Africa all the way through Battle of the Bulge. He was still driving a Stuart tank. Pictures to prove it. And he lived to be about 96, and he had the Molyneux Christmas tree plantation in Endicott, New York. But anyhow, we're going to find a Stuart tank to put on this battlefield to recognize his service. And we're going to dig up some infantry here. Now I have one of those cool Mark's 30 caliber Brownings too. All right, I'm not going to pause the camera. I was going to say, let's pause the camera and I'll work out some figures. But you know what? We're going to do squads. What do you think we do? Squads of 10. So let me see what you're seeing in this picture. There's 3, 4, there's 5, 6, there's our leader, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have to have a bazooka team out here. We have 2 bazooka teams, a loader for each. Probably need a BAR man. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, these are a mixture of Mark's, MPC. I really like mixing up the the units with different nostalgic figures. We don't have a, here's our leader for here. We need a loader for that one somewhere. And 2, 3, 4. We'll make him a loader. And really need a BAR man for there. Here's another BAR man there. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we have, there's 30 figures. Now, I really don't know. The size of the table I've been told could be 6 by 5. So right now we need to have a gun crew for our machine gun. So we'll throw together a 3-man team for that. So we have 2 bazookas, our heavy machine gun, 3 BARs. So that's where we would be at for figure wise, but we also need a crew for this. This has never seen action. Crew for the mortar, and I guess we won't use the 50 caliber. We'll use the Browning. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4 figures for that gun. 2 in our mortar team. Okay. Now, over here, we're going to put in looking for a submachine gun. All right, over here, we're going to have, oh no, I hit my camera. I'm sorry about that, everyone. We're putting in a machine gun and a driver in our Jeep. Our half track has a driver and a gunner. I can't get the gunner out, so he needs to get glued in here. So we need to work on that. All right. So that looks to be our order of battle right now. We have 1 tank destroyer. Let's bring out the tank box, everyone. Where in the heck do I set the tank box up? All right. You don't know it, but I just put a tank box up. Let's take a look at it. Okay. I would say we would have 2 Sherman tanks. 1, 2. We should have a Telly Savalas Sherman tank too. All right. Well, I need a Stuart tank. I got pictures of my Uncle Richard in his Stuart tank where it's that hexagon turret. What do you think? Dave Markley, Ronald McDonald, we'll use this one. This will be Uncle Richard's Stuart tank. I will look for pictures of Uncle Richard and all his in his uniform, and I think it's 1990s. He goes to some World War II reunion. When we would work on the Christmas tree farm, Uncle Richard did not hear well. He had hearing aids and he still didn't hear well. And he also had wounds from being hit by a He thinks he got hit by a Panzerfaust in his tank. I don't know. So Uncle Richard, we would also had blueberries on the farm, and when we would pick blueberries, he would tell us some stories about the more about him driving the tank. He ran over a picket fence in France, and the farmer came over and flipped out on him, hitting the tank with a rake or something. Ran over a farmer's fence. And he also had some issues where he pulled into a farmhouse area that had armor around it. It was nighttime, and it turned out to be German armor. He was with like a recon unit. So, just a little bit of commenting while we set up. And I know not everyone's going to watch these videos that I put out here like this, but for those of you that are painting or something, so we have a 3 10-man squads, 2 bazookas, a heavy machine gun, 2 Shermans, an anti-tank gun, a half-track, an Uncle Richard tank, and a Jeep with a machine gun with a leader. All right, so what do you think? Is that enough troops to man our little village that we have here? I don't know. By the way, a little humor out there, not to be political. Goober and I don't do politics. One of the nice things about the Chuckleheads is we don't do politics, but my wife had me get the shots today, the COVID flu, pneumonia, shingles, and something else. So anyhow, if I don't know, I did them all at once. My arms are sore. I don't know if I don't survive this or something. You guys will have to find a new channel to watch besides Little Wars TV and Mark's Game Room. I know. I just think it's funny. All right, putting that tub away. Now, what I think we'll do is decide our Germans. I think we're going to have them come down the far road, okay? And then their mission will be to take the village. Now, maybe to get off the end of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on a wide angle and bring it up a little bit. So the first thing to post, I think, would be our anti-tank gun. I'll pause the camera here. Welcome back, welcome back. All right, well, boy, am I clumsy tonight. I don't feel 100%. I'm actually making this video just because my wife is out. She felt good enough to go shopping rather than having it picked by someone else and then not get the right stuff and all that. So we have to protect the road. We're going to have the Germans coming down this road and down. Now, I guess we'll get some sandbags for this. And I don't know. Probably they would not set up sandbags and an anti-tank gun at the road itself. So we need to put sandbags. We're defending the road. The Germans will come in at that edge. We will not set up at the church. All right, we need a mortar team set up. And we'll put so our mortar team, we'll place the mortar here. And we will find some sandbags for that. So we have our Sherman tanks. I don't know. I'm thinking of putting them on a flanking thing on the hill. What do you think? I don't know if you can see this, everyone, but we'll put our trusty Shermans up here for now. Okay. Now the Germans can come up over the hill. Something to be aware of. Okay. So what do we do with our Uncle Richard Stewart tank? Well, as we all know, it's fast, but not very effective against other armor. And this question is going right out to Dave Markley, who knows a lot about everything. The most powerful vehicle on the table with the long gun. Do I keep it in the village? Do I keep it up in the woods? Do I keep it in reserve? I could really use some feedback because this scenario has got to be pretty good. It's going to be at a military base, at a military museum. So right now, I'm going to keep it in reserve. You know, I don't know, but that's where we put that. Now my half track with my 50 caliber, I think we'll put that to give support to that's where I'm putting the 50 caliber in the half track in case I presume Germans are going to be coming over where Goober is sitting. So that will give fire support there to protect that flank of our anti-tank gun. Okay. Now, our Jeep, our command Jeep, I guess, our command Jeep we're going to keep here. We have a driver with a Tommy gun and a 30 caliber machine gun, and that'll give support to that mortar team if they need it. All right, we're going to put a squad of infantry, a 10-man unit in our first two buildings. We'll go with 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our 30 caliber, I don't know. Do you think it'll get knocked off up there? It's got a 3-man crew. We're going to put it here or here. I guess there's a good spot for it. No, if you can't get the machine gun in the window good. There we go. So we got our, this is going to be a heavy machine gun. All right. So that's our first first group of infantry covered with a heavy machine gun. And I'm going to go ahead and put a bazooka team in the first set of buildings and then the other set, along with supporting infantry. Now, here's our bazooka. So we got a bazooka team in this building, and then we got our 5-man figures and a leader. So that's half the platoon. And here's the other half. Miraculous how that building changed direction. And I wanted the second floor for the BAR team. There we go. All right. So we got five figures, a bazooka team covering this part of the village. And then our last 10-man squad is going to cover this exit road that the Germans, we're going to have probably the scenario be the Germans have to exit this way. So we'll put our bazooka here. And unfortunately, we had a roof collapse. There we go. We have 5 men in here. And we're going to put 5 in here. There we go. We have our BAR, our leader, and our rifleman. So, 30 figures, a half a dozen vehicles. My plan will be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say probably 8 dice per side. Not everything will be able to activate per turn. And we'll do some close-ups. Okay. Now, all of you out there commenting, we have set up our 30 figures, 2 tanks, a tank destroyer, a Stuart scout tank, a half-track with a heavy machine gun in it, our anti-tank tank gun that has not been sandbagged yet, and then we have our infantry in the back, our mortar team. I guess we need to throw a spotter out there for that mortar team up on the hill where the Shermans are. So we'll get a figure for that. And so the next video will be the German armor, which will include, hold on everyone. Okay everyone, I dug them out. We're going to get the German armor out for the next video. However, Sheriff John of Broome County, New York. Sheriff John is awesome. And his father, who I think is now 94, made this for me. Now this tiger he sent to me this past summer has not seen action. Look at the detail he did. Sheriff John, the King Tiger is going in to the Battle of the Bulge. And your father is awesome. And I really appreciate when I get gifted items. And I try to use them in all my games. Now, Previous year, Sheriff John's father sent me the Wisp. This has seen a lot of action, and it got blown up in several games. However, the last Battle of the Bulge game, I kept this thing in the woods, and it was fast, and it killed, I think it knocked out 4 Shermans in one game. Look at the detail he put in this. I mean, thank you, Sheriff John's father. So, we will have a couple German half-tracks. We will have a very, very interesting game. I have a Hetzer that's never seen action. It's not in white camo, but I might put it in any house. So we have to, the next video will be, the Germans are on the attack, so I'm probably going to have 40 Germans and a couple Tigers and a Panzer IV because, you know, the German army wasn't all Tiger tanks, of course. But they do make good for movies. All right, and I think that's it for this. I hope it's coming along pretty good. This is one of these videos where I'm listening to you, all you viewers out there. If you think I've set up things in bad ways, let me know. And hopefully the tigers will not get into our village. All right, well, that's about it for now. Thank you for viewing. This is Views Help the Civil War Trails signs for now until the end of December. And don't forget your Goober calendar. Really would hope you consider ordering one. You can just Google Goober calendar. All the proceeds are going to the Maryland Veterans Museum. And that's it for now. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and wish our American troops good luck this holiday season.